Hello, in this video we're going to be looking at scatter graphs and what we need to know about for our National 4 qualification. In particular, we're going to be looking at using a line of best fit to make an estimate of our data. So let's look at an example. So this scatter graph here shows the number of umbrellas sold, that's this axis here, versus the amount of rainfall, that's this axis here. The question here is asking us to use the line of best fit. The line of best fit has already been drawn for us here, to estimate the number of umbrellas sold on a day with 3 millimeters of rain. So what we're going to do is 3 millimeters of rain is the bit that we are given. That's the bit of information that we've got. So we're going to go down to where 3 millimeters of rain is. That's just there. And I'm going to just draw a wee line that goes straight up from that 3 until it hits the line of best fit. I've gone a little bit too far. And then I'm going to go across to this part of the axis about umbrellas and see what it tells me. So it says if I go straight up there, hit the line of best fit and go across, about 19 it looks like to me. So how many umbrellas? About 19 umbrellas is what I would expect. So we start with the bit of information we're given, 3 millimeters of rain. We go up to the line of best fit, and then we go across. Let's look at this one then. Use the line of best fit to estimate the amount of rainfall on a day when 30 umbrellas were sold. So 30 is here, 30 umbrellas. So I'm going to do the same thing, but this time the first thing I'm going to do is go across. So I start at where it says 30 umbrellas. I go across until I hit that line of best fit, and then I come straight down to the other axis to see, well, it's somewhere in between 4 and 5, but it's closer to 5, isn't it? We need to remember with questions like this, we're asked to make an estimate. So it not being super accurate necessarily, let's say that that is about 4.7 millimeters, I reckon. Because it's closer to 5 than it is to 4, so 4.7 is a pretty good estimate, I'd say. Okay, let's see if we can try another. Here we've got a scatter graph showing me the sales for an ice cream van versus the temperature. So this ice cream van is selling ice cream. This is the amount of money that they make on any given day, and this is the temperature on those days. And the question is asking us to use the line of best fit to estimate the amount made by the ice cream van when the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. So the bit of information we know is that the temperature is 20 degrees, so that's this axis, that's about here. So I'm going to start by drawing from 20 degrees Celsius up the way until I get to my line of best fit, about there. Got a bit too far again. And then I'm going to go across the way to my other axis, that's much too high. Let's try that again. Apologies. My stylus doesn't quite line up. There we go, that'll do. About there, I'd say. And that looks to me like it's pretty much exactly in between $400 and $500 to me. Maybe it's slightly closer to 400. Let's say that it's about $440. Remember, we're estimating here, right? So it doesn't have to be super accurate, but we start with the thing that we know, 20 degrees Celsius, up to the line of best fit and across to the other axis. The next question then says use the line of best fit to estimate the temperature on a day when the ice cream van made $300. So the bit of information we know, $300 is the sales they made, so that's that bit here. So I'm going to have to go across from that bit. $300 we read across the way until we get to the line of best fit, and then we come straight down there. So we are halfway, well not halfway, we're part the way in between 14 and 16. 15 would be about here, so maybe it's 15 and a half, about 15, let's say 15.5 degrees Celsius. We start with the bit we know, $300, we go over to the line of best fit, and we come down and see roughly where we are, because we're making an estimate. Last example then. This scatter graph shows the resting heart rate and the hours of weekly exercise of a group of people. So here we've got their resting heart rates. Here we've got how much exercise they're doing in a week. And this first question is asking us to use the line of best fit to estimate the resting heart rate of a person who does 4 hours of exercise a week. So 4 hours of exercise a week, that's this bit down here. So I'm just going to draw a line from that bit where it says 4 hours up until I get to my line of best fit like that, and then I'm going to draw it across to see what we reckon their resting heart rate would be. So we're somewhere in between 60 and 65, a bit closer to 65 than 60. I'd say that that's probably going to be 63 or 64, isn't it? Let's say that's about 64. Oh, I've drawn that in the wrong place. Let's try that again. 64 beats per minute, BPM, resting heart rate in BPM. The last question we'll look at then, use the line of best fit to estimate how much weekly exercise someone with a resting heart rate of 55 would do. Okay, so we're going to look for that bit of information that we're told. The resting heart rate is 55, so we're starting here. And we're going to have to draw a line that goes straight across from that 55. Whoops, I've totally missed there. Straight across from that 55 until we hit the line of best fit. And then we come down the way and, oh, it's bang on, isn't it? It's bang on 6 hours. So 6 hours per week is what that person probably does. Okay, excellent stuff. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.